right, let's begin with ringing the bell 3 times, allowing it to call us into this space, into our bodies, and into our practice. Begin with our refuge prayer. In Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, we go for refuge until fully awakened through the power of generosity, ethics, patience, enthusiastic effort, concentration, and wisdom. For the sake of all beings, may we realize and demonstrate our innate goodness. In Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, we go for refuge until fully awakened through the power of generosity, ethics, patience, enthusiastic effort, concentration, and wisdom. For the sake of all beings, may we realize and demonstrate our innate goodness. In Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, we go for refuge until fully awakened through the power of generosity, ethics, patience, enthusiastic effort, concentration, and wisdom. For the sake of all beings, may we realize and demonstrate our innate goodness. So as we begin this morning, just take some deep breaths, breathing into our lower belly, lightly focus your attention on your in-breath, sensation of breathing in, sensation of your lungs expanding as you breathe in. Relaxing as you breathe out. Releasing all the physical and mental tension as you do. Letting everything else fall away. Each time we're distracted and find ourselves thinking about the past or planning for the future, we'll just come back to the breath. Let this breath be your center, your anchor in this moment. No need to try to achieve anything. Just perceive and release. remember as we sit today that this is it. This is the moment. This is your practice. No need to try to do or undo. No need to try to fix or fabricate. No need to manipulate. Just simply take it in. Experience what is to be experienced. Without the struggle, without the craving, and without the suffering. Just lay it all down and just breathe. Padme Hum. Om Mani 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 Padme Hum. Dedication prayer by Nyosho Khenpo Rinpoche. Through the merit of this, may the light of the Buddha's precious teaching remain for ages to come, the ground for every single kind of benefit and happiness. May all the supreme holders of teachings who uphold its living truth accept to live for eons and their lotus feet stand firm. And so may the sun of altruism and well-being, in all its blazing splendor, shine the brilliant light of the study and practice of Buddha Dharma throughout every corner of the universe. So I was thinking about our practice and how sometimes it's difficult to just jump in because we have our roots and our feet standing firmly in what we think is our ideals, what we think we've figured out. And sometimes it just gets in the way. And I was thinking about chanting, for one. Excuse me. And it doesn't matter if I have 10 people in a room or 100 people in a room, and I say, just make a sound. Just make a vibration. Just feel the sensation of that sound and vibration. There are some that just jump in and I'm going to make a sound and vibration, and others that just go, not doing it. Not doing it. I'm going to resist. Not a singer. I'm not a whatever the hell you're telling yourself in your head. But there's a resistance there that we have to be aware of. As we explore this practice, Sometimes it's hard to just try something on because somebody says try it on. But the idea is never that in me saying chant, is that all the wisdom is in the chant, and that you should just believe that. The wisdom comes from you experiencing it, and jumping in, and trying it on, and going, yeah, I felt that sensation. I didn't like that sensation. I have a resistance to that sensation. I don't want to do that sensation again. And then you can kind of pluck it apart. You can pull it apart and say, what is it that where is my resistance? Because the resistance is an obstacle to your enlightenment, for lack of a better word, your awakening. So I had a little practice this week in illness and not being able to breathe, which is not my favorite. Those of you who know me, my anxiety attacks often manifest in not being able to breathe. So I kind of choke and gag and freak out a little bit. And once it's sort of done, it's just done. Like, I sort of relax and go, okay, that was no big deal. When you're in the throes of it, it's something. Well, this little pneumonia thing was pretty persistent and didn't want me to breathe. And I felt myself panicking because I couldn't breathe. And I felt myself getting hot and freaking out and thinking, oh, this is the end. Like I'm going to die because I can't breathe, I can't catch my breath. And I got the little oxygen thing, which is amazing. And some breathing treatments, which were amazing. And some antibiotics, which were amazing. But I just kept thinking, surrender. Surrender. In this place, in this moment, surrender. And just do what I can to breathe, to relax. I kept thinking, relax the physical and mental tension, and I would rest, catch my breath, and just breathe. And if it was too much to move a limb because it would knock the breath out of me, I didn't move a limb. And I surrendered to the experience of what was going on. And part of it was just me not freaking out, trying to keep myself from getting caught in the throes of whatever was going on. But there's a practice in that. And I remember this old woman that used to come to Lama Surya Das's retreats. She, I think she was 86 or 87 the last time I saw her. And I think she's still doing well, actually. But she had terrible bronchitis at one of our retreats, and we were all worried about her and fawning over her and taking care of her. And I said, do you have everything you need? And, I'm sorry that you're having this experience at retreat. And she said, it's fine. My cough is my practice. My cough is my practice. And it sat with me. And it was coming up these last few days. And I thought, this is just my practice. So when we often get lost, and our practice gets lost when things are actually occurring, take a moment and surrender into the experience. We can use the tools can find the refuge pieces in that experience, the wisdom of awareness, the wisdom of, if I move, it's going to be harder to breathe, so I'm not going to move. Wise action. Exploring the concepts of what I know and what I've learned. Finding peace and calmness even though there's chaos and fear. And finding just a little bit of my own practice in that while I rested and while I took the one job of breathing. So I think there's a practice in each and everything that we do. And I know sometimes we fall away, or we don't come for a while, or things are going on in our lives and we just get away. And I hear it many times when people have been absent for a little while and they come back and they say, things were just chaotic and now I just need to get back to my practice. I think if you just applied a little bit of awareness while you were there, it might have helped while it was happening. Because I do believe it does. Just applying a little awakened awareness of what's going on, even though it's not pleasurable, that we can still find our grounding and help us through it. So, thoughts, questions? Hard to take surrender or refuge in chaos?
I guess if you mean just by acknowledging what's around you, sort of that survival piece of it. I'm not sure.
Sort of like, when bad things are happening, bad things are happening. And it's our training to try to change them. I have to get away from whatever's going on and change the course of what's going on. But only in some ways. So think about, you've got it could be a turmoil at work, or a relationship that just butting heads, and you feel like you have to be on guard and mad and upset and constantly throwing out the daggers of don't mess with me. But when it's something as simple as a torrential rain, put up our umbrella and we walk through it. And what's the difference?
The umbrella.
The umbrella.
The awareness.
The awareness.
Why is it easier to do it on the smaller things, but harder to do it on the bigger things? If we do it with our breath and practicing all the time, and we gently bring ourselves back, and we loving time sometimes not, but when we're in the throes of it, it's so hard to have the awareness of the awareness, I guess. Am I seeing that?
I think, for me, I think it's the division of what I think I can and can't control. And the things that I think I can control, I find more struggle and suffering in. So like I can't do anything about the torrential rain. So I may grumble about it, and I might have wet shoes or not have a great experience getting from the car to the building. But I do it because it's rain and it just happens and I can't do anything about it. But somehow when it involves other people, there's that spark in my brain that thinks that I can handle that. I can handle them. If I just have sharp words.
If they just knew.
If they just understood how I understood, then we wouldn't be suffering like this. They'd just pay attention. See the difference?
Yeah.
Same thing. Something that's happening. Say that again.
I don't see that as the same thing.
So when somebody's doing something, how is that different? The weather is doing something. Someone is doing something.
It's only different if you let it be.
Is what?
It's only different if you let it be.
You let it be different.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
You guys, I don't work anymore. We are trying. That's a nice thing.
Oh, fine. Privilege that lady.
If you only administrative.
When you turmoil at work sometimes, you know, so you get, because you stop being aware of, okay.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, some always
So much you basically can't control anything, so it's a job. I can't control anything myself. What I do to myself personally. Anybody else or believe me, I can't control what I want to do. I have no control over that, but I literally do.
most people do.
For a long time I had this little saying that I would tell people, you don't have to make it easier for me, you're just not allowed to make it harder. And just that expectation was such a disappointment.
Acknowledge it and let it go.
Yeah, because I had the expectation that you just stay out of my way. Stay out of my stuff. Don't disrupt what I've already done here. And no one's intentionally screwing anything up. They're just doing what they think is right and screwing things up.
Well, I don't think anybody I don't think gives me a second thought about much of anything, but it's still affect my meaning at work, and I have to be aware that there's no other doing it as to do with me. And I'm not thinking about whether it's over it or
Right.
irritate me or,
Nor is,
so sit down and be honest for 1 year and talk to everybody else.
yeah, nor is anybody else. Everybody else is doing their own thing. To the best they can. Which is sometimes short. Short play.
So if it's escalating and you started it and you acknowledge and stop doing it to somebody, but it continues going, sometimes that part I have a hard time being compassionate.
From the thing you started,
Yes.
and now
And
when you
then
backed out of it, they're still going.
Yeah, it's just, they're gonna, and it's.
Oops.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, I started this.
Yeah. You know, sometimes it takes a little extra compassionate effort to kind of roll back in and say, I know I probably created this and I want to just help it settle.
But you can't really control them getting off a little bit, because you're deciding to get off of it.
Right. It's true. I've found that there's an equal agitation in people when you won't get on. When they're getting wound up about something and you just go, not mine to do. I'm going to stay over here and do my thing. And there's an equal agitation when you choose not to get involved.
Gotta jump in the suit.
Yeah.
I haven't been personal relationships.
Yeah.
I mean, just at
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
I have found that having that dialogue and saying, I understand why you're wound up, and I'm not, but I understand why you are,
I agree with that.
has helped.
I'm kind of like, okay, whatever. Okay, proceed on it, like, okay. I'm not into this argument. You know, I'm not into this argument anyway. And the argument back.
Well, and then you can understand they were looking for an argument. Compassionately and patiently, lovingly, understanding they were looking for an outlet for frustration or agitation, and it doesn't have to be you. What else? Anything? We have delicious cookie and coffee and rain. Nowhere to go. Sit with your cookie in the rain.
I had something.
Sure.
My wife and I had a dear friend pass last Monday. She was 42 and she's got a 7-year-old son, the same age as our oldest daughter, and sort of traumatic event. Happened right before the first day of school, about an hour before school started, and trying to like articulate what it's like, what it still feels like in closest comparison I can make. It's like being in a car accident when I don't know if anybody's been in a car accident, a serious one, but it seems like it's happening right in my frame. And when I was in the car accident, I don't remember there being any sound, no sound, it just kind of frame by frame image. And you know, it's not to that degree, but things definitely got quieter, and the underlying part of the experience seemed to slow down in the immediate aftermath of this, and stayed with me, you know, pretty much all week. Was still with me. But you know, when it's quiet like that and when things slow down, some things become abundantly clear. You know, that people should love each other, we should take care of each other. You know, life is precious, there's nothing guaranteed. And it's like these cliches become profound truths that you don't so much understand, but you intuit. And so, you know, I'm trying to figure out how to, I know that's in a fade away, right? Because I've experienced that things before, and I know that's in a fade away. I'm trying to figure out how to keep that kind of front of mind, because that's going to help me live my best life and
Yeah.
take in everything. I don't know how to double down on my practice or what I should do with this feeling. I just don't want to look at it.
I would recommend writing a bit while it's fresh, while you're having these profound thoughts that you can revisit in your practice. I like to just have a little journal book and revisit, because it reminds me of those specific things. And I was just having a conversation with an old friend. He had a friend that he just found out passed, and he didn't know, and was really upset by it. And the wisdom to me that comes is that this death is a reminder to all of us of how precious this is and how short this is, and that we shouldn't get caught in the bullshittery that we normally do. We often get stuck in mundane things. And the more that we can be aware of those things and brush them off and just be present with our kids and with our families and with this life that we love so much, that's where the wisdom is. So reminding yourself as much as you can to take stock in that's the wisdom of impermanence. Yeah. I'm sorry you're going through that. Yeah. Why don't we close with the passing on prayer from Lama Surya Das. When the sunset of this life arrives and its twilight shadows fade away, while dreams of the next begin to appear more vividly, may the inner light essence of the Buddha and all the radiant awakened ones continuously guide us onwards and upwards on the path of spiritual enlightenment. And our bodhicitta dedication. May the pure, brilliant sun of bodhicitta dawn in each and every heart and mind, dispelling the darkness of suffering and confusion, unstoppably until all are illumined and awakened. May the pure, brilliant sun of bodhicitta dawn in each and every heart and mind, dispelling the darkness of suffering and confusion, unstoppably until all are illumined and awakened. May the pure, brilliant sun of bodhicitta dawn in each and every heart and mind, dispelling the darkness of suffering and confusion, unstoppably until all are illumined and awakened. Body, speech, and mind directed toward awakening and for the benefit of all beings without exception.